Hi there, welcome back to another edition of the Torino Diaries. You're here with me as we continue on this little adventure discovering what the meaning of team shape is. So, yeah, a bit late for me to understand what team shape is. I've always known that team shape affects mentality. I also know team shape affects creative freedom. You know, in FM15, I didn't give a rat's ass about team shape. I really didn't care. But now I do care a bit more about team shape because when you're playing fluid, it actually makes your team a bit more compact going forward. It does leave you prone to the counter attack with the ball over the top. When you're playing structured, your team has a lot more depth. You're definitely more protected, but that also means that people who are in defensive duties they tend to be a bit more deeper. So that explained why I wasn't really winning a lot of second balls in midfield. We managed to fix that against Salzburg. This was a ding dong match. I was playing with all kinds of funny settings, and we actually went on 2 goals to 1 before I switched to attacking, and we came back and won that match 3-2 at home. Now this game against Milan, now this was interesting. Against Milan, I decided, okay, I'm gonna play counter against Milan, and Milan got off to a quick lead. They got off to a 2 goal lead, 20 and 65, and then in the last 15 minutes, I decided, hell, why don't we just change? Because I noticed something had happened in the Milan side. Milan had taken a 2 goal lead, and they had gone defensive. So their first few goals, the first goal that they scored really was an attacking goal. We were sitting back, and I thought, okay, fine, we should be okay. And then they did this to me. Leo Baptista rising up from across, beating my players, and there was little we could do. I mean, he just out jumped my defenders. What can I do when you have a player like that playing against you? And then we tried to get a goal back, and then they showed us what counter-attacking actually means. From a set piece, we were just too sad. And then I told myself, that's it, let's go attacking. So I went attacking because they started looking defensive. Their fullbacks were pulled back. They took on a defensive look, and we actually came back. So we scored our first goal in the 80th minute, and we're bringing that match back to 2-1. Then our second goal again, you could tell that they were now defensive because you can see how deep this guy is now, and you can see their backline is retreating so far that they are defensive. So that's attack. We went attacking and we took advantage of it, and we managed to score 2 goals and level the match. So now that's what I will do. We should pay a lot more attention. This now makes the game a lot more fun. I mean, so FM15 was close your eyes, roll over everybody, but now I have to actually, look at the game, and there are visual cues for everything. You just have to pick them out. We created a few clear-cut chances, and not bad. We had fair enough shots on goal. Overall, I think this was a good result. In this area, we played 15 games and drawn nearly half of them, which is not ideal. We dropped points against Palermo away. We should have beaten them. We dropped points against Sassuolo at home. We should have beaten them. Okay, fair enough. Inter Milan, maybe Sampdoria, and Milan and Juventus, and even Fiorentina. Okay, these are tough matches, and I'm not at a stage where I can hammer everybody just yet. But okay, I can accept those draws. Like 5 I can handle. But Palermo, Sassuolo, I should have beaten them. So the goal now is got to be to beat the teams that I should be beating, like all these clubs here, the Sassuolo, Palermo, Frosinone, Carpi, even Roma. We've beaten Roma, so that's good. So our wins this season have come against Genoa, Roma, Udinese, Napoli, Perugia, Lazio, Atalanta, and Cesena. So we need to improve the conversion rate. So that's my goal right now, and I think we've probably settled on something, a way to play that we can do that. Alright, so before we start our game, let's just check in and see how scouts have been doing. First thing I'm going to do is just filter this way so I don't end up looking at the same scout like over and over again. So in England, details, they've gone regional, which I should fix. I should just focus on countries. And in England, okay, I'll only be interested in really cheap players. So, and players with national fitness of at least 10 and above. I won't pick anybody who's lower than that. There's an important reason why. I'll show you why here. This player called Stefano Romano. He's got 3.5 stars now. Ordinarily, I'll go like, wow, he's got 3.5 stars. I'll be the typical FM geek who falls for stars. I don't believe in stars. All right, I do use them to shortness, but hey, I'm not fixated by them. I'll tell you why. Yes, Stefano Romano is 3.5 stars. His natural fitness is 5 to 9. Thanks, but no thanks. I don't want a player who can only play one half, and this is a player who's only going to be able to play one half, and I'm not going to pick him. On top of that, I'll be spending so much resources getting these physical attributes up. By the time he's 24, he'll probably have natural fitness of 10 or 11, and that's it. I'm not going to have you in my team. So I don't look at players like that. And then we've got, I think Antonio Carvalho is in Brazil. Yes, he is. He's picked up a couple of players, so we might ask him to stay on in Brazil and keep. They're all ongoing anyways, so they're all in Brazil. This guy is ongoing means he's not leaving Brazil. He's making Brazil his home for quite a while. The reason why I'm doing that is this. Okay, he's in Brazil until he gets his knowledge maxed out. Once his knowledge is maxed out, he can take a trip to another country. So that's my plan. So my plan is, Antonio, you go to Brazil until it's maxed out. Once it's maxed out, you go to another country. And then I will send other scouts to Brazil as well. Get their knowledge maxed out. At the moment, I can't scroll down. So I do this. My mouse doesn't want to scroll down. So that's not enough countries. We'll have to fix that soon. Okay, so that's my scouting, and let's look at my finances. Financially, we're doing okay. We had a small blip in April. That's natural. Everybody does. And we're picking up again. So in terms of expenditure, normal. We're playing more in wages. The wages have this typical cycle. But my income should be doing a lot better because I've got more from season tickets. And I should have a lot more from prize money because if you stay in more competitions, this becomes huge, and I'm used to seeing a big nice contribution from cups, so I'm going to hopefully we keep staying in the Champions League. Enough of the build up, so let's go to the game in hand. Okay, so who's going to be playing this very, very important match? Bruno Perez, when are you coming back? I need you, brother. I need you to play. You are the mon on the right flank. Shouldn't whinge like a small girl. Okay, so we're all set for the match against the Carpi. I should win this. I plan to win this game at all costs. So Benassi is now fit, so he'll play. Prima will take a break. Benassi or Prima? Let's look at the two. Prima is actually better suited to this role, so I'm gonna, give in to FM's. This player is better for this role and stuff like that. What about if Benassi is playing in place of Flamini's position? Flamini, then I go Benassi. Okay, Benassi is a bit better in that position, so that's okay. Sanchez, Mino, I'm sorry. Whatever anybody says, I'm sticking you in this match. I don't care what the computer says. Finn Bogason, okay. Now, we are playing against a team that's most likely going to be defensive. So I'm gonna set him on deep lying. Oh no, not defensive. He's not gonna be a defensive forward. He's just gonna be a deep lying forward and support. So he's gonna be closer to their defenders. If he's on defend. When you see a team playing a 4-1-4-1, you have to be a bit careful. This is the typical. A 4-1-4-1 makes for a brilliant counter-attacking system. Okay, they're gonna have these guys locked down. They're not gonna move. So you can see from the screen here, these are defend. They're not moving. They have been told to build a house and stay at home. They're not going to move out. The one person who's been told to charge down the flanks is this guy. So they're going to sit back and they're going to launch these balls to this guy who's going to run down our left flank, which is where Danilo Avila is going to be, and he's going to pose a threat to the defenders. So that's something that we have to bear in mind when we're playing the game. So our left flank might be a bit compromised. So I'm going to start the game immediately on direct passing and looking for overlap and work ball into box. We're just going to take this game to them straight away, right off the start. There we go, boys. I haven't even given a team talk. Okay, we're off. So now you see this guy, he's charging down the flanks. So Danilo Avila is there to track him. I'm looking at my players. They're closing down a bit early. That's good. All right. Good defending from Danilo Avila. Fimbogasen to Martinez. He's going to take the ball out wide. Loses it, but Danilo Avila is there to cover. That's what I mean by a fluid team shape. Okay, Carpi have a bit more of the ball. I can understand that. That's probably down to the fact that we are hoofing the ball sometimes because of our more direct passing. Okay, I'm gonna change this to mixed. So this is not what I wanted to see. Okay, I'm not happy with your performance. We've not done anything in terms of working, getting them to come out and play because they're still sitting in there. So we will have to do something else. We're gonna go wider now, and we're gonna slow the tempo even further down. And yeah, and hope my players understand the importance of winning this game. So I'm gonna have to stretch the pitch out a lot more. Pucciarelli finds Fimbo. Fimbo can't do much. So okay, now it's time for me to start thinking of substitutions. First person I'm going to take off is Fimbo. He's not playing so well. We'll take him off, and I'm going to bring somebody else who's a bit more attacking. Has got a bit more of an attacking flair to him. He doesn't defend very much, but yeah, Baselli in place of the Benassi. This is getting to be a really difficult team to break down. Whatever defensive tactic they have set up, it's brilliant. Padelli, he's going to look for options really on the other end of the pitch. Yep, that's what I thought he's going to do. Yep, Ken scores. I knew they was going to do that. Well, sometimes you got to do Route 1 football. If they don't want to come out and play, you go all Route 1 on them. What a goal! Because Belotti and Fimbo are different players. Belotti, his PPMs indicate that he loves to run past the lines, so he's got to move into channels, and he likes to beat the offside trap as well. So that's the reason why he's in place instead of Fimbogasen. And I'll show you why, in case you guys don't believe me. You think I'm making this all up? Then he moves into likes to beat the offside trap and moves into channels. And then we look at Fimbo, and you look at Fimbo. Fimbo is different. Yeah, he places shots and comes deep to get the ball. So that's why I asked Belotti to go in. So I'm pretty happy with how the boys have played this game. Carpi, who I knew were going to take on a defensive stance, have been forced into a situation where they have to come out and attack me. They were just sitting back and camping, and we managed to get one goal from Route 1 football. And it worked. But my team didn't play very well, so it's okay. We're getting there. I've never had a game which had 5 shots on goal. Total of 7. That's unbelievable. Well, since that rather boring win over Carpi, we've gone on to beat them again. This time it was a lot more convincing. So after that rather boring game against Carpi, where we had the phenomenal goal from Belotti, we did beat them again. That was the second game that we met them in, and well, after that game against Carpi, where we only had 5 shots on goal, we did beat them again. We have to play them one more time, so we beat them quite convincingly. And then we played Cagliari. And, Cagliari also was on the receiving end of a defeat, as the team obviously showing that they are getting better at playing the system. So we have now two wins on a trot, and we're going to be playing Frosinone next. But you see there's a huge gap now between the 17th of December to the 8th of January. Apparently in the Serie A, they do spend time on December break. Well, my scouts have come back, and they've I've been asking them to scout this latest player called Nova Enrico Candelora, and I kind of like this player. His personality is ambitious, so that's good. His physicals are okay. The tens, yeah, right. His first touch and compose. Look at his first touch. It's 15. First touch is 15. He's only 16 years old, and he's 15. I mean, the moment I saw this, I went like, okay, that's it. Tell me how much it costs. And I looked at it and I went like, okay, that's it. I'm taking over. So I told Phil Cannon he's no longer doing deals with youngsters. I'm gonna take over now because I definitely wanna make sure that I get him. So I'm not sure what then I went to check, right? So we got Lazio and Milan interested in transfers as well. So it's quite high, and everybody seems to be looking at him. So I definitely do not want to be out of the race. So I'm sticking in what I think is going to be a fair price. And Candelaro is now set to sign for Torino. He's going to be paid £5,250 per week, so that's good. It doesn't break my 10,000, which he's still not gonna piss off the main team, but he's gonna have a high appearance fee of 2.4. So that's what I did, and I gave the agent more money. So apart from that one signature we just did, one of the best things that's happened is that after discovering team shape, we played Frosinone. Frosinone, well, this is one of the sides that came to the Olympico and walked away with a point, and I was pretty annoyed. They've been on an 8 game unbeaten run, so we actually did something different with the defiance system. We actually told our players not to overlap, and I wanted to make sure that we don't get caught out. They were playing a 4-4-2, which had some attacking players in it. So our first goal was quite lucky, Pucciarelli, but you can see how wide we are going, 4-1-2-1-2, and Martinez actually bundles the ball in after their defense fails to clear. So at this point, I'm thinking to myself, okay, it doesn't look so bad. We're looking, but what I want to see more of is winning the ball in midfield. That is was my bane with the defiance system. I just didn't see us winning those balls in the middle. And then there's something else. Frosinone have got one of my players. I think it's here, no here. This guy, Parigini. Parigini is going to be a future like star for us at Torino, and I can't wait for him. He's on loan right now to Frosinone, and he's been playing quite well for them. He's bagged in. He's scored more goals than most of my players have, and it's been very interesting. So you can see that Frosinone, our players are quick off in midfield to win the second ball, which is my biggest concern. Um, I'm looking at our shape to see how well we support. Okay, this game, unfortunately, Bruno Perez was like a bit off. We played well for a while, and then you can see how quickly he goes back into position. And this is what I mean by my players being compact enough for us to deny them some space. And you can see how well spread out we are when we're attacking. And then look at Baselli's thunderbolt. I mean, the players are just there. They're so tight. Yeah. I was really happy with the second goal. No, they couldn't get out of their own half. It's like when we have possession, even though we didn't have all the possession in the game, when we had possession of the ball, if we did really well with it. Again, I wanted to spend a lot of time looking at how we cleared the ball, and you can see the defensive line held their shape really well. But the way we go from defense transition to attack, oh, that was sweet. Another cross, and Belotti now adds his name to the score sheet. So by now we're already 3 goals up, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, okay, maybe. And then things started to happen. Okay, prior to this, the Belotti was playing as a deep line forward. So once I took the first goal lead, I brought him on, made him into a defensive forward because Frosinone began attacking us, and having him playing as a defensive forward actually helped. Now this is another move. You can see how quickly we get the ball up, but then look at that recovery in midfield, which is something that I was not seeing early in the season. And Sanchez Mino plays really well in this system, and we nearly added the fourth goal here. Sanchez Mino plays really well in the system. Unfortunately, he got injured as well. So, not perfect. They should have scored from this. But, okay, not complaining. I think this was our second half. After three goals up first half, I was like, hoo hoo. And then we can see how quickly we move the ball up. From here, Bruno Perez to Benassi to Baselli to Pucciarelli. He gets brought down. They try to clear the ball. And we pick it up again. Here we go. Bruno to Benassi to Flamini. Pucciarelli goes down, and there's somebody else there to pick it up. So they never ever got a chance with clearing the ball. And then Belotti, icing on the cake, boom, hits the upright. I was thinking, oh my god, this is not going to be his day, is it? He should be on a hat trick by now. This is Paragini to Dionisi. The block from the defender, from my midfielder coming back. Compact, yes, nice to see. So you can see that the lines are quite compact, and I like the shape. So I'm playing fluid right now. Took me a while to actually get the right settings for my players. I'm not saying this is like the be-all and end-all solution for everything else in the game. Go play fluid. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you need to watch you need to know the system you're playing in, and I'm pretty certain about the way I want to play. I know exactly which areas of the pitch I'm not covering well enough, and I wasn't doing that unstructured. And furthermore, I know my players. Their attributes are just nice for what I'm expecting them to do. They're just a bit short in certain areas, but I expect them to do a lot better. So I thought, let's shift the shape up and see what happens. And this combined with the fact that sometimes I play Belotti as a defensive forward, and then there are times when I tell my players not to overlap. These all contribute to us playing a lot better right now. And that was our fourth goal from Belotti. So, comfortable winners against Frosinone, a team that had taken a point off us. You can see that that's 7 shots on target from 11 shots in total. That's a really awesome conversion rate. And with on top of that, I had 3 clear-cut chances. So I'm like absolutely stoked with our performance. I think this is the best performance we've had this year. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this edition of the Torino Diaries, and it helps to clear up some of the things about team shape. If you have any questions and certain things are not making sense to you, please drop me a note on Twitter. You know where to find me at BusterNet. Or you can look out for me at addicted2fm.com, and you can leave a longer story over there. Alternatively, you can leave a short comment here if you enjoyed the video. Of course, please subscribe and spread the word. If there's anything else I can do to help, please let me know. I hope to catch up with you guys as soon as I can. Bye-bye.